Welcome back, everyone. It's to J-Face Games. We are going through the beta. We're trying to create this beta so people can actually try this out and demo it. And so what we're doing is we're actually creating the different characters. We've done the Defender and the Striker. Spoiler, if you are going to the actual Notion page, you're probably going to see all three of these after the first one. Now, if you're already at this point, you've probably already seen them. So where you can go is in the YouTube About channel. You can come here to the Game Designs. Over here is the beta. If you click on that beta and you open it up, there you're going to see the characters listed out. So we've got the Defender and the Striker, and now we're going to go into the Controller. Let's make the controller purple. Purple. Let's do purple. Purple. Okay. Green, blue, and purple? Sure. Looks good. Let's make some nice little spacing here. When you start messing around with this Notion, you get a little crazy. I'm not going to lie. And you start to like to customize the look of this stuff. It's highly addictive. So I advise you not to get into Notion. Okay. Let's move it on. Sorry. Attributes. We have attributes. Let's figure them out. We've got Defender, Striker, Controller, Leader. Oh, I forgot about something. Technically, we're going to have magic, but it's going to be something that you have to skill into. Now, I'm only saying that because I think it's important to put it there, but none of these beta guys are going to have magic on their character sheet. I'm just not there yet. I'm not ready for that. What I think it's going to be like is that within the skill trees, magic's not going to be its own skill tree altogether. It's going to be, as you're going up a skill tree, for instance, like the controller skill tree, there might be a power that lets you like target one creature, but then if you have magic D6, there might be one off of there that if you have magic D6, you can now buy it, and this one lets you target 3 people with like a magic ability. So magic is going to be little branches off of the trees that are for Defender, Striker, Controller, and Leader that is only accessible if you have certain levels of magic. And magic's going to be it's going to be awesome. Like, it's going to be super powerful. It's going to be stupid powerful. But you have to remember that, like, if these are your base stats, Defender, Striker, Controller, Leader, and you start pumping into magic, that means that you are tanking some of these, and that could mean that you're kind of gimped in certain ways, right? But you might have some badass powers from having magic in your pocket. That's the idea. We'll see where it goes. Might be terrible. Might not like that at all. Backgrounds. This guy is a... I was going to make this guy both a... Let's say... apothecist? Apothecarian? Apothecarian? That's not a word, but it is right now. 3. And I want to do like a monkish type thing. Let's say like what would be a monk? Monastery? Monastic? Monastic? Monk? Acolyte? Acolyte, maybe? Maybe an acolyte. We'll say acolyte. Acolyte 2, right? We jumped the gun a little bit there because we still got this Defender, all these things up here. Let's say this person is controllers first, DA+1. I'm going to say they got a little leader in them, and I'm going to say they got a little striker in them, and they do not want you to attack them. So I think that looks good. Okay. And then we have our, I think Soul Points is next. Soul Points. I'm just going to make it 130 for now. You know what? And then we'll just, based on the powers they have, we'll see what happens. Basic actions as previously. It's not how you say that word, but that's how I'm saying it. And then finally we get to powers and feats. And we'll see what's going to happen here. Powers and feats. So the reason I wanted this guy to be an acolyte, because I want him, because he's not using magical controlling, right? So now you have to control without magic. And so in my brain, I thought it'd be really cool to give this guy a polearm, like a spear or something, like a polearm. So first he would have to have, once again, we'll go like general feat, right? And we'll say polearm mastery, right? So he's gonna have a polearm mastery feat. And once again, I don't know how these general feats work yet. Like I think it's gonna be like when you see the skill trees or the power feat tree, that there will be certain ones that you have to go into like polearm mastery or trained in axes, and now you have access to this, that kind of thing, right? So that's in my head what I think is going to happen. So let's do keep. Yeah, I like this idea. I like the idea of you using the polearm to keep someone away, right? So keep a target out, or keep a target away. Target cannot get closer than short distance. That's kind of cool. So in other words, like when we think about the movement concept, you have this, you know, the index card, and anything on the outside adjacent to the index card is a short distance. So you got this guy who's in the zone, in the index with this spear polearm, and maybe there's some creature that's, maybe you're getting waves of creatures. You know, you've got like two big baddies. Well, one of them is on the index card. The other one can't get close enough because you're, you know, keeping them at bay with this power. So that's kind of cool. Once again, maybe certain monsters will be immune to it. But, you know, certain monsters might be immune to it eventually. But I think that's pretty cool. Maybe, and so combo with that. Let's combo. Let's make a little combo. You can individually I don't need to put individually. Push one target out to a short distance. Okay, it's like a polearm shove, right? Now, what does this mean? Maybe what this means is that the basic pull push is all dealing with engaging and not engaged. We'll have to come back to that. Maybe this deals with keeping people from moving or making someone engaged, pushing someone away so you're no longer engaged, tripping someone so you're putting a condition on them, grappling so that they can't move, right? The condition trip would be compromised plus, you know, can't move or prone or something. So maybe that's kind of what's going on here. And now this one is, now this person has the ability to actually take that target from the index card, so that nearby range, and push them to short distance. And then they start keeping them at bay with the ability above it. Okay, that's kind of cool. But they're a controller, so they got to help out their buddies too. So this is somewhat helping out the buddies, but maybe there's some sort of like really badass thing. So let's do like polearm twirl. I don't know. And this is the idea that disengages the entire space. Right? I mean, this would be a huge power cost. But the idea that this person just gets right in the center of the combat and just starts twirling this thing around and everyone backs away. It doesn't knock everyone out a short distance. All targets stay nearby, but all engagements end. Ally and enemy. So everyone. So even if the ally wants to be still engaged with something, everyone just spreads apart. So it's kind of like a reset, right? Things are getting hairy. This guy starts twirling, and all of a sudden everything kind of cleans up. So that's kind of cool. I like that. And so we'll say this is controller. Let's give him another role. Let's make him part leader. And maybe he has a small little heal of some sort where it's like first aid. Maybe this guy has some sort of first aid. And first aid is going to grant, maybe it's like a 2-to-1 ratio. 2-to-1 exchange of stress, I keep saying stress or stamina, of soul points. Max, I don't know, 6. So meaning that this person could give up 3 soul points and their target that would get 6, something like that. Once again, I always like risk reward. So if you're going to help someone out, you might be putting yourself at risk doing it, or because you're in the fray, and I don't know. It's like you're trying not to get hit while you're also bandaging someone in combat. Like, come on, that's a hairy situation. So you're kind of hurting yourself a little bit, or you're taking stress or what it might be. So yeah, I like that. So that's the controller. At this point in time, some of the feedback I'd love to hear is more along the lines of like, I want this game to feel tactical, but is this now getting to the point where are these powers too finite, meaning that they're doing the RP for you, which I wouldn't want, right? Even though I'll admit, like something like 4E, like I like the power structures. They've sometimes if you give someone too much open-endedness, then they get a little paralysis of analysis, or they don't really, some people don't know how to RP really, so maybe there's not enough guidance in powers. But are these too stringent, or do you think they feel good? That would be my thought. All right, that's it for today. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you for the leader next. And then we'll get into the monsters. Ooh. See you guys.